Hello! Do you want to know what we're doing today? We're gonna overcome the afternoon lazies together. I don't know about you, but every time I get home from school, I don't want to do anything. Like, I hate it. I hate that all I want to do is phone rant. All I want to do is sit on that couch, watch TV, and be lazy. And the thing is that once upon a time, I used to label myself as lazy. Like, I was convinced that I was just a lazy person, and I internalized it. So it was constantly this internal war within myself, like the spirit versus the flesh, where my spirit knows what I want, the things I desire, what's good for me, and the flesh wants what's comfortable and keeps me from fulfilling these things that are good for me. And internalizing it, I developed this kind of self-hatred, which kept me stuck in this shame and this continuous cycle that was just so hard to break out of. It took some time, but after doing, some inner work and talking to Jesus, I realized that I am not lazy. The lazy is like this thing that I envision. The lazy is something to be conquered. I'm not lazy. The lazy is something that I'm fighting. Sometimes it gets me. Sometimes I beat it. It's a constant battle with the lazy. But I will say, I beat it more than it beats me because I'm getting stronger. And this is just a little insight as to how my mind works with things like this, because I'm the type of person that's always on the pursuit to just being better. As I'm walking my walk with Jesus, and as I pick up my cross every single day, I do fall into temptation. I do fall into sin. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna shame myself for falling into that sin, like laziness. I'm gonna continuously pick up that cross and I'm gonna keep on moving, and I'm gonna ask for the strength to overcome that lazy. So on today's agenda, I have a push day. So my chest, shoulders, and triceps, and then I gotta do cardio. I don't know if I'm gonna do the Stairmaster or if I'm gonna walk 3 miles, but for sure I gotta walk a mile with the pepperonis because they deserve to get a long walk today. I gotta get my homework done today. Like, it needs to happen today. I do this thing where I procrastinate it, and then it accumulates, and then I procrastinate it even more, and then it accumulates even more, and then I just like start this little cycle of like self-sabotaging, and we're breaking that cycle today. So I'm open canvas and I'm gonna do my homework. The beginning of this year, I told myself that I was becoming a reader. I'm going to read 12 books this year, 1 book a month. And so far, we're 2 down and we're in April. So I have to read 2 books this month in order to catch up. So that's another thing that we're gonna do today. I'm gonna read. I'm drinking a little cafecito, specifically the vanilla latte cold brew. It's really good. It's really delicious. Just to get the ball rolling, and then later we're also gonna have an Alani, but that's besides the point. I'm majoring in accounting, and each assignment has about 6 to 10 questions, but each question takes me like 30 minutes to an hour to complete. So I try to take it just 1 question at a time. So that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. I'm just gonna get 1 question done, and then we're gonna go walk the pepperonis. I ended up locking in for like an hour, and I finished an entire assignment. Like, I don't understand why I continuously procrastinate when if I just lock in, I know I can do it. But anyways, I feel a big sense of relief. So I decided for cardio, I'm just gonna walk the pepperonis for a mile, and then I'm gonna finish my workout with 20 minutes on the Stairmasters. So I'm gonna get ready right now, and let's go walk the pepperonis. I don't wanna say the words because then they get excited. There's my big pretty princess. Man's had a long day of work today. Beginning of this year, I told myself that I was going to be living an intentional life by just setting out intentions the night before and executing them. Also, I'm making my little pre-workout concoction, and I'm not adding the inositol multivitamin, clearly, because that motherfucker gave me an allergic reaction, but that's besides the point. But I told myself I was going to achieve this by utilizing a planner. And funny enough, I've had accumulated a plethora of planners because I've always struggled with perfectionism, and I've always just been afraid to just put ink on the paper. I don't know, I have to talk to my therapist about that one. But this is the first year where I've like utilized a planner every single day. Bitch, we're in April and I'm still using this planner every single day. And not to sound dramatic, but like I genuinely feel like it's changing my life. I feel like I am aware of every single day, because you know how sometimes you'll be like, where did the year go? Where did the months go? Like, the more that I live my life more intentionally and set goals and really just take the time to like journal, practice gratitude, have been tools to help me conquer the lazy. I need caffeine. Alani Orange Kisses my pre today. And with conquering the lazy and just showing up for myself by doing the things that I intended for myself to do and just executing them, my days are significantly more fulfilling. Like, I feel a sense of peace. And I think it does have to do a lot with my walk with Jesus and my faith. And I noticed that I don't talk about it enough. And I want my page to be somewhere where I can show up authentically myself and let this little noggin just flourish. I don't feel like in my normal day-to-day life, I allow a lot of my thoughts to come out. I don't really see the light of day because I'm just afraid that it might be too much for people. It might, because I'm a lot. I feel a lot. I think a lot. I'm a thought daughter. And over the years, I have created this wonderful inner world of mine that allows a lot of these thoughts to flourish, but I guess I hold back a lot of what sees the light of day because I just don't want to come across as too much. Because I've stated earlier how I'm constantly wanting to be better, and what I mean by that is being so disgustingly truthful with myself. I like to confront bad habits. I allow God to shine light in areas of my life that need work, and I'm very receptive to it all because he does it a lot. But I've also allowed the grace to live within me, so I don't let shame consume me. When God shines light within these truths that need confronting, I simply just recognize it and I'm like, okay, I need to work on these things and I need to be better at these things while also giving myself grace. Shame is one of those things that lives very dormant. And I feel like if you don't address it, if you don't do the work to overcome it, it will keep you from doing a lot. And this is coming from experience. I would say shame ruled a lot of my life for a very long time. And I'll make a completely separate video of like how I came to overcome just shame and those negative feelings that keep you stuck. But Jesus is wonderful. All glory to him for getting me out of that. Well, let's go get this push day done because it's not gonna get done by itself. So let's walk to the gym. I was so close to leaving that gym with just 10 minutes done with the Stairmaster, but there was like a little voice in my head that was like, bitch, you better stay. You better finish those 20 minutes. So I did. I'm actually really hungry, but I don't want to eat like a meal because for dinner, we're having this chicken pad thai that we got from Costco, and the macros are pretty good. But we're gonna have that within like the next hour and a half. So I'm just gonna have one of these that I also got from Costco to suffice my hunger. But 'twas a good workout. So change of plans, we didn't end up having the pad thai for dinner because James was working on my car and it just ran a little bit later than expected. So we ended up going to Chick-fil-A, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna be tracking my macros. I got the 12-piece chicken nuggets and I did get the regular ones because I could afford my macros, the carbs and the fats. I was pretty low today. And then a kale salad. For the dressing, I normally just stick to the sweet and spicy sriracha, but because again, I could afford it, I'm gonna include the Chick-fil-A sauce today. I'm currently reading Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. The books that I've read so far this year have been Verity, which, oh my goodness, I literally read this in a day. It was so good. And then the other book that I read was Never Lie, but I let my friend borrow that one. That one's also really good. Check out my super cute bookmark. I made it at a Galentine's that I hosted with my friends, and I absolutely love it. Instead of doom scrolling before bed, I'm gonna be reading. And I would say that today was a very successful day. We definitely defeated the lazy. So, till next time, bye.